gyros, gyros, gyros? Anyways, a popular dish that tons of people enjoy, packed with protein and tons of spices and flavors. But who has the time or the equipment or the machinery or sometimes special ingredients and spices that go with making this beautiful and tasty dish? Until now. See, I think I have a kitchen hack for you that will help you prepare your gyro or gyro or whatever you want to call it in just 1 simple hour. Here's how you make it. Here is what you're going to need to make homemade gyros that honestly just come with a few simple ingredients, a couple of steps, and takes no more than an hour of time. All right, into a big mixing bowl, I have 2 pounds of your preferred protein. Now, you can go as crazy and wild with this as you want. You could use just ground chicken, ground turkey. You could go half and half, pound of ground beef, pound of ground lamb. I'm using 2 pounds of ground beef. That's what I have, that's what I'm using. But mix and match, use which proteins you prefer at home. Then we're gonna need 1 medium yellow onion, grated. Okay, this is going to provide some texture and flavor. So I took a yellow onion, peeled the outside layer. I kept the root part attached to make easy for grating. And on top of that, it's a great workout. All right. Now, I'm grating this onto a stainless steel cutting board that you can order at CookinTeach.com, coming very soon. On top of that, you'll be able to visit and see all my other fantastic cooking videos, as well as buy any and all merchandise that you see here. All right, we are getting dangerously close to the danger zone. Okay, so, watch your fingers. Okay, we have got just about our 1 whole yellow onion grated here. I'll leave some of that excess over there. Okay, make sure we get all of that deliciousness. I do love, a good yellow onion. All right. Okay, into the mixing bowl that will go. Perfect. Okay. Then next up, we have got our blend of spices. Now, with our blend of spices here, okay, again, you can be pretty creative in terms of trying different spices and flavors. I went ahead and used, 1 tablespoon of oregano, 2 teaspoons of thyme, 2 teaspoons of paprika, little salt, little pepper, 1 teaspoon of onion powder. You could go in with some grated garlic in here. You could also add some other different flavors. I know some people like to add coriander to their gyros. Make it your own, okay? Then you're also gonna add 1 cup of, I'm using non-fat Greek yogurt. I mean, can you really have a gyro without adding Greek yogurt? Can you? I don't know. And about 2 tablespoons worth of olive oil here, okay? Give this a good mix into our mixing bowl. And then next up will come our secret hack for getting these to form our beautiful, gyros. Now I'm sure for those of you on, TikTok, Instagram, the interwebs, you've probably seen this hack, and so you probably know where I'm going with it. But for those of you at home that are apparently not on any of those social platforms, well, I'm going to knock your socks off, okay, in just a few moments. Okay, we want to make sure that this is all nice, well, and combined. Get all of those flavors and seasonings in there. This is making a absolutely atrocious sound. Sorry, kids. All right, this looks pretty good. Okay, should kind of be all well combined. Shouldn't really see any pieces or chunks that are, kind of heavy on one spice or seasoning versus the other. Okay, should kind of look a little bit like adult Play-Doh or meat dough. Patent pending. Okay, into the next phase we go. I'm going to clean this mess up, and then I'm going to show you the hack that's going to bring these gyros to life. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. For this next part, what you're going to need is rolling pin, 2 sheets of parchment paper, and a glove for protection. Again, sorry kids. All right, so on to our parchment paper. We're going to lay down our meat product, our gyro meat. Then, using our second thing of parchment paper, we are going to press down our meat, okay? And using a rolling pin, we are going to roll this out, okay? To all ends of our parchment paper as thinly as we possibly can, okay? All right. Just like so. Making sure, again, that we get this to go all the way from end to end. And it's okay if some of it kind of squirts out a little bit on the sides there, okay? Not a huge deal. Just do your best to kind of work this on all ends, all sides. We want this to be kind of as thin as possible, okay? We don't want this to be in huge, large pieces. If you find that some of it is starting to get out on the sides like I do here, simply just kind of take that piece and replace it where you think you need, more of that product. All right, we are just about ready here. Now, once we have gotten this all flattened out like so, okay, the next stage, the next part of this is going to be the cooking process. Okay, so preheat your oven to 400 degrees. Take off our first layer of parchment, okay? And then what you're going to do is you are going to roll, yes, roll our product here, like so. And this is going to go into the oven at 400 degrees for about 30 minutes. And while you're waiting, might I suggest You check out the link in my description and check out Find the Good. Find the Good. I'm happy to be affiliated with them. They do some amazing things and provide things like therapy to those in need, but they also have some sweet merch that if you use my link, you'll get 10% off. And hey, why not check it out? You got 30 minutes to kill, you might as well. All right, I'm gonna throw this in the oven and I will see you in 30 minutes. Well, folks, we are back. It has been 45 minutes and I'll tell you what, take a look at this. This gyro stuff, this meat just falls apart. I was skeptical, okay? I will say that, but not only is it tender and juicy and shreds easily, but it also kind of holds its shape like an actual gyro. So flavorful. Now, all that's left to do is plate yourself a gyro. I didn't have pita bread. I do have a warm tortilla here. So I'm going to take a couple pieces of our gyro meat here. Just kind of layer that on like so. I made a quick homemade tzatziki sauce. If you use Greek yogurt, some shredded cucumber, some dill, squeeze a lemon juice, you've got yourself a quick and easy homemade tzatziki sauce. And as an extra bonus, I like to add some pickled red onions. Get one more in there. Perfect. Toss this with a couple cucumbers and a tomato. You got yourself your own homemade gyro in just 1 hour. Let's dig in. Wow. That is very, very tasty and a very serviceable gyro. You know, is it 100% through and through a gyro? No. Is this a gyro that was made at home? And if you serve this to me, would I know that it was made by rolling ground beef and throwing it in the oven? No. Okay. This is something that can be done in an hour. Enough food for the entire family. Leave everyone happy. I count that as a win. Well, thank you so much for watching. What do you want to see me cook next? What is your favorite toppings to put on a gyro? What other sort of meat products could we roll into a cylinder and cook in the oven? Don't forget to smash all those buttons. This is Mr. C, the Cook and Teach. This is Cook and Teach, out.